It is a humid Thursday afternoon, November 27th, 2025. A woman in her mid-30s walks through the polished marble halls of the Crown Sydney skyscraper. To anyone watching, she seems unremarkable. She isn't wearing a cocktail dress or flashing a gold watch. She's just a regular tourist in jeans and a cheap grey t-shirt with a picture of Mickey Mouse on the front. She takes a seat at a high-stakes baccarat table, smiles at the dealer, and calmly places a stack of chips on Player. A routine bet. Simple, quick, and no mistakes. After all, she's done this before, every single day for the last 6 weeks. But what she doesn't know is that this time she's not alone. All around her they wait, watching, listening, and holding their breath. Upstairs in a dark room filled with monitors, the head of security is staring at her feed. They aren't looking at her face. They are looking at the glint in the eye of the cartoon on her chest. The police are already in the elevator, their tactical teams ready to move. After 42 days of perfection, the hunt for the tourists who cheated a billion-dollar empire was about to come to an end. To understand how a $10 t-shirt beat a billion-dollar casino, you need to understand what the Crown Sydney really is. This is the Crown Sydney at Barangaroo, a $2.2 billion skyscraper designed to be impenetrable. It uses military-grade facial recognition, AI behavioral tracking, and a security team that catches professional cheats before they ever cash out. For years, the Crown has stopped MasterCard counters, sleight-of-hand artists, and hacking syndicates. They thought they had seen it all. But in October 2025, Dilnoza Israilova and her husband walked through the front door with a piece of technology that security had never accounted for. A t-shirt. October 2025. Dilnoza and her husband, Alisher Ikoja, touched down in Sydney. They are nationals from Kazakhstan, and to the border agents, they look like any other holidaymakers. They have luggage, they have casual clothes, and they have a rental on Kent Street. But they aren't here for the Opera House, they are here for a specific kind of business. They head straight to the Crown. They ignore the slot machines. They ignore the roulette wheels. They head straight for the baccarat tables. The plan revolves around a single innocent object. The grey Mickey Mouse shirt. It looks like something you'd buy at a discount store. But if you look closer, much closer, you see it. A pinhole right inside the cartoon emblem. Behind the fabric sits a high-definition, wide-angle miniature camera. It is wired beneath her clothes, snaking down to a smartphone strapped to her body. The operation is a masterpiece of latency. As the dealer shuffles, Dilnoza leans forward. Just slightly. She positions her chest toward the shoe. Shoe is the box holding the cards. The hidden lens catches the blur of the cards before they are even dealt. In a split second, that video feed travels from her chest, out of the casino, and over the internet to a third party. We still don't know exactly who this third person is. Maybe they are in a hotel room upstairs, maybe they are in Russia, maybe they are in Hong Kong. It doesn't matter where they are, all that matters is what they have. They feed the video into a computer running card recognition software. The algorithm tracks the deck, it calculates the odds, it solves the hand before the dealer has even placed the first card. But telling Dilnoza the answer, that is the dangerous part. She is surrounded by pit bosses trained to spot earpieces. She can't wear AirPods, she can't wear a wire, so she goes deeper. Dilnoza and her husband use deep-seated induction earpieces. These are tiny magnets, no bigger than a grain of rice. They drop them down into the ear canal until they rest painfully close to the eardrum. They are completely invisible. The voice whispers into her skull.
Player.
She pushes her chips forward. The dealer reveals the cards. Player wins. The voice whispers again.
Banker.
She bets again. Banker wins. It isn't gambling. It is a withdrawal. Over the next 6 weeks, the system works perfectly. The casino sees a lucky tourist in a silly shirt. The computer sees the math. And the couple sees their bank balance explode. In just over a month, they rack up $1,179,000. They are rich. They have beaten the house. Logic says they should pack their bags, fly back to Kazakhstan, and never set foot in a casino again. But criminals like this don't run on logic. They run on greed, and greed makes you sloppy. Late November, the winning streak is alive, but the casino is waking up. Casinos like Crown don't lose money by accident. When the math doesn't add up, they don't look at the cards, they look at the players. Security teams begin reviewing the footage. Frame by frame, they notice the pattern. Dilnoza isn't playing like a gambler. She doesn't hesitate. She doesn't agonize over a loss. She bets with the cold precision of a machine, but then they spot the tell. It's not a twitch, it's her posture. To keep the Mickey Mouse camera aimed at the cards, she has to turn her torso in an unnatural way. She is a human tripod. And then, a flash. Under the harsh casino lights, the tiny lens hidden in the Mickey Mouse emblem catches a reflection. Just a glint. That is all they need. The pit boss walks over. He doesn't look angry, he looks polite. He taps Alicia on the shoulder. At that moment, Alicia doesn't hear a voice in his ear. He hears silence. The signal has been cut. The game is paused. The lucky tourists are asked to step away. Within minutes, the New South Wales police are on the scene. The couple is separated, the phones are seized, but the police still need the smoking gun. They have the shirt, they have the phone. But where are the instructions coming from? They suspect earpieces, but when they look in Dilnoza's ears, they see nothing. The receivers are so deep, they are effectively part of her skull. This is where the heist falls apart. Police raid their rental apartment on Kent Street. They tear the place apart. And they find the one tool the couple couldn't get rid of. They find a set of high-powered magnetic wands. Because the earpieces are so deep, you can't pluck them out with your fingers. You need a powerful magnet to drag them back out. Possessing these magnets is the proof of intent. It proves this wasn't accidental. It was a surgical operation. The Crown Sydney was cheated, but the house always wins in the end. Dilnoza and Alicia Ikoya are arrested and charged. Their bail is refused. The $1.2 million frozen. The Mickey Mouse shirt? It's now sitting in an evidence bag in a Sydney police station. They had the tech, they had the skill, they had $1 million in their pocket. But like every great tragedy, they didn't know the most important rule of gambling. Quit while you're ahead. In the end, the only thing that left the casino was the shirt, sealed in an evidence bag. Dilnoza's mistake was staying too long, leaving a trail for the cameras to find. But the greatest masterminds leave no trace at all. Before high-tech sensors even existed, 3 men pulled off the ultimate disappearance from the world's most famous prison. This is what really happened at Alcatraz.